So Angelina's dad has not let me talk to her in 2 straight months. Before that, he let me talk to her on Christmas Day, and that was my first time talking to her since August. So I had no contact with her at all from June of 2024 until August of 2024. So 2 straight months of no contact with her. Then he let me talk to her 3 days in August, the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Then he cut off contact again. Then from August 9th, he had no contact. I had 0 contact with her from August 9th until December 25th, 2024. December 25th, 2024, I get a phone call out of the blue. It's him. He's FaceTiming so I can talk to her. I talked to her for about 19 minutes on Christmas Day. That was it. The next day I called back and said I'd like to talk to her again. He says, nope, you're never going to talk to her again. I only let you call her on Christmas, and that's it. So he was also court ordered to pay for the Our Family Wizard app. And this app, he was court ordered to pay for it and he refused to pay. So I got removed from the app because when it expired, it was time to renew. And he said he was only going to renew his subscription and not mine, even though he was court ordered to do it. So last year in May, when it expired, I had no way to contact him after that and no way to talk to him from May of 2024 until like last month, when a kind, really helpful, nice stranger, somebody who wanted to do something good and saw what was going on, responded to my post on Facebook and offered to pay the cost, $150, for me to have a 1-year subscription, including the ability to have phone calls in the Our Family Wizard app so that I could communicate with Matt. So I ended up signing up for that, paid the money, and since then I was able to have a few phone calls and actually speak to Matt through the app regarding Angelina. Instead of messaging, we were able to verbally speak because that was the only way that I could comply with the protective order that says I can only talk to him only in the app about Angelina. So he has not let me talk to her. He says he's never going to let me talk to her again unless I go spend years in prison or institutionalized, or basically he wants me to go in jail and put me in jail and punish me for speaking out about what happened with his son, Dominic, the 18-year-old man who lives in Southington, who sexually abused my daughter from the ages of 3 until present. So he's mad that I reported this to the police. And if Dominic gets arrested, Matt is getting arrested with him because he was the one who instructed Dominic to babysit her all the times when he was working and out partying while it was his parenting time. So people get on here and talk about people, oh, this person goes out on their parenting time, this person does that. Well, not only was he going out and doing things for himself and being selfish, but he was also leaving her not with a proper babysitter, not giving me the right of first refusal, and leaving her with his son and allowing her to be sexually abused. And even after she disclosed it multiple times, he still insisted on her being babysat alone by Dominic. If you watch any of my videos of her making disclosures, you can see that they were candid. You can see that she's literally telling the truth, that she's clearly been abused, and there's no questioning it. But Matt says that I coached her and that I forced her to say that and that she was young and I manipulated her. He says that, if she was telling the truth, then why didn't Dominic get arrested? Maybe it's because you and your RN wife who works at the health department and all your state employee friends that are judges and lawyers and state marshals and correctional officers and everything else under the sun, that maybe that's why you got away with it. But you didn't get away with it because I guess you forgot the part where there's no statute of limitations. And once Angelina is away from you, which I can guarantee you she will be, then there's going to be a lot changing. And you could sit here and laugh and think whatever you want, but I know the truth, and Angelina knows the truth, and everybody else knows the truth, and the world knows the truth. And the truth is going to come out this year, and I can guarantee that for you. So anyways, I was actually just trying to talk to him again so that I can ask again to talk to Angelina. He tells me he's not going to let me talk to Angelina, and he actually tells me that he won't even tell her that I love her. And I said, well, I don't even know that you're with Angelina. How do I know that you're with her? You're probably not with her. He keeps telling me he moved, which I found out is a lie. He didn't move. He still lives in his mom's basement in Waterbury. So he's mad because he says, oh, I called for wellness checks. He says, good, call for wellness checks as much as you want. The police will just come and knock on the window and we don't open the door. Ha, ha, ha. Go ahead and call police all you want. They're not going to do anything. You can call every day if you want. So yes, I will be calling every day because he's telling me to do that. And the court order says he has to let me talk to her, and he's refusing to let me talk to her. He says he has to protect her from me and that there was problems every time I called. Well, that's why I record all the calls so you guys can hear the abuse that he does during these calls and how it's all him. So I told him, I don't even know you're with Angelina. How about you go talk to her so I at least can hear her voice to know she's there? So he goes in her room and he says something and I hear her in the background and I'm trying to yell, hi, Angelina, to see if she can hear me. And he's like, ha, 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 you're not on speaker. She can't hear you. So then I was like, okay, well, if you won't let me talk to her, at least you relay a message to her for me. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And he goes back near her and she's like, Daddy, who are you talking to? So I was like, tell her. I'm like, tell her who it is. And she goes, are you talking to Sal? And he's like, no. And she's like, who is it? Who's on the phone? And I keep telling him, tell her mommy's on the phone. And he mutes the phone. So she's asking him who's on the phone. He mutes it. And then he goes back on. And I'm like, so did you tell her it was me on the phone? He's like, no. And I'm like, so you're lying to her. You're not even telling her that I'm calling. And you won't even tell her that I'm giving the message that I love her. And you won't put her on the phone. You won't let me see her. You won't let me talk to her. You won't give her a message from me. You won't even tell her that I called. And I know that she could sense that I was on the phone because she asked him like 4 times, who's on the phone? And she's smart and she's listening to him saying like, oh, whatever he's saying to me, she knows he's talking to me because he doesn't talk to anybody else like that. So for him to lie and say that he's protecting her from me because he thinks I'm going to say something that he doesn't want me to say, if I said something that I'm not going to, that he doesn't want me to say, all he has to do is hang up like he did every other time. But instead, he wants to just abuse and hurt and isolate us, and this is his way of doing it. So Angelina, this video is for you. And I'm going to play the clip now of him, of her asking who's on the phone and him not telling her.
Where I dump her off? Where am I dumping her off? And you're in delusion land where you're from. Where am I dumping her off?
If you're not dumping her off, then why don't you put her on the phone? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right, because you're not with her.
Oh, no, I am.
Prove it then.
I don't need to.
Prove that you're with her. You don't even, if you can just say something to her so she responds, then I'll know she's there. But you can't even do that because you know you're not with her. Because you know damn well you're not with her. Because you know damn well she's not even with you right now. She is not with you right now. Where is she? Who's watching her?
You're not even in America.
Again, deflecting and gaslighting. Where is Angelina? She's not with you. Who's watching her? Okay, instead of focusing on me, let's keep this conversation on Angelina. I know that all you want to do is talk about me all the time, and all you think about is me all the time, but let's try to talk about Angelina.
Don't think about you.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sure. Oh, yeah, sure you
I
don't.
just deal with people sending me screenshots.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, sure. Okay, so
What do you mean?
can we keep the conversation on what I was talking about, which is Angelina? Because that'd be great.
Sure.
Okay.
What would you like to know?
What I'd like to know, if you're with Angelina, prove it, because you're not. I don't hear her making any noise.
What's the point of that?
I don't hear her making any noise.
Because she's in her room playing.
She's by herself?
What do you mean?
She's playing alone?
In her room? Yes.
Why is she playing alone? Why don't you play with her and interact with her?
She likes to be by herself sometimes.
Okay, well,
What do you mean?
okay, well, why don't you go check on her to prove that you're there and that she's okay? She should be supervised. You shouldn't be leaving her alone in her room while you're in another room.
Oh, really? I'm supposed to go in every room she's in at almost 6 years old?
What do you mean? You can't go check on her and say, Angelina, mommy's on the phone.
I'm not telling her that.
Why?
Not until you get the help you need.
You're not going to tell her I'm on the phone until I get the help I need? Like, why is everything about me with you? Why can't you just do what's best for Angelina? You're supposed to be able, oh, okay, yeah. Your precious court order says that you can let me call her, talk to her, and you're refusing to do that. And you're like, I don't want you to do it because you're going to do this, you're going to do that. When all you have to do is hang up.
Yes.
So obviously that's not, because you know you could just hang up like you did every other time.
You're like all over. Oh, I forgot it's 5 o'clock over there. So
You could just hang up like you did every other time, so there's no excuse.
Why? So you could just send the cops to my house again, Theo? Are you fucking...
Like I said, I wouldn't have a reason to send the cops for a wellness check if I could talk to her and I know she's happy and well. If I know she's okay and well, there would be no reason to. Huh?
You don't know where I live now, and you never will.
Well, then I'll just have to keep sending them there because that's your address.
I don't give a shit. They can come and look through the window. I don't answer the door anymore, so whatever they want to do.
Okay, so you won't let me talk to Angelina. You won't tell me where she is. You won't tell me who's watching her right now.
Me.
You're not even with her.
What are you doing? Oh my goodness.
Angelina, mommy loves you so much.
Breathing it. It looks so beautiful.
Angelina.
So cute before Sal gets here.
You're so cute.
Hi, Angelina.
What?
Hi, Angelina. Hi, Angelina. Hi, Angelina.
Maybe I got stuck there.
Hi, Angelina.
You're not on speaker.
Hi, Angelina. Hi, Elsa.
So, why don't you get the help you need to actually be in your daughter's life? Like, why don't you just come back to the country, face
See,
the
I want everybody to see,
I want
everybody to see that even with a court order saying that I can talk to her, he's not even letting me say hi, not even letting me talk to her for 1 second. But then he picks and chooses randomly when he's going to.
You make her upset.
No, there's not. You're just saying things.
It creates headaches.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Instability.
No, it doesn't. It creates instability by not letting her talk to me. That's causing psychological damage. That's causing severe damage to not let her talk to me.
You are literally a fugitive from the law, and
None of that is true. And even if it was, that would not mean I can't talk to my. Who cares if it's true? I'm saying it's not. And if you believe that's true, if you believe that's true, good for you. Good for you. That has nothing to do with the fact that you're violating an order that says I can have the right to talk to Angelina. I have the right to talk to Angelina.
Do you?
I do, and you're not letting me.
The things you say, the chaos you create her, do you realize how difficult you make her life?
How about you let me talk to her like a good father? A good father. How about you be a good father and let me talk to her?
I'm being a good father and protecting her.
No, you're not. If you're a good father, you would put her on the phone. If you're a good father, you put her on the phone. If you want me to do stuff, you can send me the money. If you want to send me the money to do whatever you want, sure, that's fine. But I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm only going to talk to you about Angelina right now.
Are you? Because it doesn't sound like it. You're all over the place.
I'm asking you to let me talk to her. For you to go in her room and say, oh, you're not on speaker, and not let me talk to her? Like, why would you do that? You're only hurting.
You told me you wanted to hear her voice.
You're only hurting her.
I do what you asked me to do.
You're only hurting her. You're only hurting her. You're doing what I ask you to do? You're saying you want to be normal and you want to be mature. So why not?
Oh my God.
Why not put her on the phone? Okay. So why don't you just say? Okay. Well then, if you don't want to do that, then how about you go tell her a message for me then? If you are allegedly so worried about me saying something, then go and tell her a message in front of me, and I'll tell you what to say, and you can say it.
You're so beautiful.
Are you talking to Sal?
I'm not.
Hi, Angelina. Tell her who you're talking to.
Go.
Who are you talking to?
Go upstairs, please.
She asked you who you're talking to. Tell her. Tell her. Yeah, exactly. You mute the phone because you don't want to tell Angelina the truth that me, her mother, is on the phone. I'm on the phone asking you to talk to her. There's a court order that says you have to let me talk to her. And right now you have the phone muted. You have the phone muted. Why can't you tell her the truth that I was on the phone instead of muting it?
Because I'm not going to create chaos for her.
So you're lying to
her. I'm not going to make it difficult.
No, you're lying to her.
I'm protecting her from you.
Lying to her and telling her that I'm not the one on the phone is not protecting her from anything.
I never said you weren't the one on the phone.
So did you tell Angelina I'm on the phone?
I did not. I didn't tell her who was on the phone.
Why didn't you answer her question? She obviously hears you on the phone. She's obviously knows and senses that I'm on the phone.
She doesn't need to know everything.
Why don't you just tell her that mommy called and she wants you to know she loves you? Why don't you say that to her? Like,
mommy needs to get the help she needs.
I'm telling you that I am calling so that I can tell Angelina that I love her.
Needs to try to be a mom.
I'm trying to call and tell my daughter that I love her, and you won't even let me. You won't even let her know.
For your TikTok.
You won't even let her know.
Be a mom.
You won't even let her know that I'm on the phone, and you won't even let her know that I'm saying I love her.
I'm not.
Why would you do that?
I'm not going to let her know.
Why?
Why? Because I'm protecting her from you and your craziness and your chaos.
How is it protecting her? If you're giving her the message, that makes no sense.
You're going to get the same answer.
But it's okay for Dominic to sexually abuse her?
No one's ever sexually abused her, Theo.
So you think that all the videos of her saying that she's... So you're saying that Angelina lied then?
I'm not saying Angelina lied. I'm saying Angelina was young enough for you to fucking coach and manipulate into saying things that weren't true.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
She's old enough to speak for herself. You can't do that anymore.
What do you mean? She's humped her stuffed animal saying she's doing what Dominic does to her.
Sure. That's what you want the TikTok world to believe. You let them believe whatever you want.
What do you mean TikTok world? The police have all these videos.
Yeah, and what did the police say? What did the therapist say? What did the specialist say?
The therapist said that you, no, that's not true.
You're wrong. They all said you coached her.
None of them said that.
You're the only one who can't accept that.
None of them said that. She said that Dominic sits on her and has her sit on him and tickles his belly.
If that's the case, then
okay.
Why is that person not arrested? Why is it that you lost?
Why is who not arrested? Why is who not arrested?
Oh my God, did you ever think that maybe you are...